And welcome back. Buying the hobby, Dante. What's up, brother?
What's up, dude? It's an exciting time. I mean, sports are
yeah, full swing.
Full swing of the summer.
Can I say something?
Sure.
I'm over basketball right now.
Oh, I've been over it.
I'm basketball fatigued right now.
I've been over it.
It's not because like I'm actually tired of it. Dude, these series have been so emotional. So emotional. Like the Knicks, obviously
you think
insane.
They're emotional now? Wait till
Knicks
Pacers start.
That's what I'm saying. I'm tired, dude.
Dude, that was one of the best rivalries of like the 90s.
That's what they were saying. I was listening to the Pat McAfee show, walking my dog the other day, and they had on this guy who was in New York City from New York. Did you see him?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's and Tyrese Halliburton came on.
Because Knicks fans were throwing trash at him.
Also, remember, I'm like newer into the NBA. That's the first time I've ever heard Tyrese Halliburton talk.
Oh,
does not look like he does not look like what he sounds like.
You gotta look at the clips because he has two different voices.
Really?
He has an alter voice ego.
On purpose?
It's
really?
not on purpose.
Dude, it's crazy.
He'll like be talking and his voice will just like go out and it'll like change complete tone. And it goes into like a complete. I'm telling you, look at the video because
I will.
There's a clip where he's on the Pat McAfee show in person, and literally the voice changes, and every person just like looks at him. It's like, wait, pause. What you're saying?
That can't be right.
That can't be right.
Did he just have a stroke?
But no, dude, it's the.
It's been fun.
It's gonna be the Reggie Miller. I don't know if I can do it on here, but the old choke.
The choke.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're
Reggie
right,
Miller. Dude.
That was Reggie Miller, right?
Yeah, those Knicks Pacers series were iconic, iconic. So we're gonna get a little taste of it.
Was that Patrick Ewing's Knicks? That was his time.
Right, yeah.
That's what I thought.
He's damn man. I'm excited for that. I really do hope the Pacers win.
You do?
I really hope the Pacers win.
I love Brunson.
I do not want to see the.
There's really two why?
There's two. I've always been a big Halliburton fan, but I also want to see a low market team,
underdog,
a lower team win, where genuinely they probably came into the playoffs with one of the worst odds to win the championship.
Well, on the other side, I feel like those are both two low market teams, right? Minnesota, OKC.
Oh, yep, yeah.
So like, I'm kind of excited either way. No matter what happens, what's your predict? You want to predict or no? You want to wait?
I think it's gonna be Pacers, Timberwolves. I think Timberwolves are gonna shock everybody.
I think Timberwolves win it all.
Give me
the freaking Ant-Man.
You know what? And I'll take a step back from what I said a couple weeks ago because people did not.
They did not like that.
They
should make. You want to know what they should? Wait, real quick.
I do like some teams left.
You know what they should do?
What?
Make podcasting equipment more expensive.
Yeah, they really should. Shouldn't they?
That's my favorite comment.
I hate that comment. I'm like, these are actually.
Dude,
I'm sure these are.
I laugh.
I can't imagine this podcast studio was cheap to build.
Right.
Like, come on. It takes so much in me.
I know it does.
It really does, man.
It's because you're passionate. Guys, leave Dante alone, okay? Let him voice his opinion. Okay?
I learned when I worked in TV, never look at comments.
I know.
Never. But this is a whole different market of comments.
It is.
In TV, you get old people.
They get you good.
The people now,
they're young bucks.
They're young.
They know all. Care. The kids know all. You know what I mean?
They know all. But I'll take back what I said a couple weeks ago. I would love to see the Timberwolves or the Pacers win it. I don't care. I would love to see them win it. Two smaller market teams.
This is going to be so boring to say. I wouldn't mind if any of these teams won. Like, in a good way. Like, I would be excited if every single one of these teams
I don't care for the Knicks. I do not care for the Knicks to win it all.
Dang,
I could not care. I think the Knicks...
You don't like Jalen Brunson? I love Jalen Brunson, dude. I think he's one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, he's up there. I don't think he's top 10.
That's crazy.
I don't think he's top 10.
That's crazy.
Where would you put him in the top 10?
I'm putting him at like 5, dude.
What?
Why? Okay, I'm going to name off some players. You say higher or lower.
Yep.
Kevin Durant.
He don't got the dog left in him. I'll give Brunson the nod, but KD's still the cold-blooded killer. But he's don't got the dog left in him anymore.
So you're Jalen Brunson?
I'll slightly put Brunson ahead.
It's disgusting.
You think Kevin Durant?
No.
I'm
sorry. Yes.
I gave Brunson a light nod.
I'm gonna go for your home team here. Joel Embiid.
Healthy, yeah, no question.
That's not the question.
Healthy, yeah, no question. He won MVP for a reason. He was in the top 2 for MVP for 3 straight.
And then you want to know what he did? He coasted. He said, "This is good enough for me. I'll sit out half the season."
He had to get his surgery. Joel Embiid's been needing knee surgery for like 4 years.
Okay. You want to know who hasn't had to have a knee surgery in the last 4 years?
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson. I'm gonna get so much slack in the chat, but I don't even care. Jason Tatum.
He's above Brunson.
Nope.
I don't think it's even a question. One does a championship, one doesn't.
Okay.
One.
How did he do this series? Don't even say he got hurt because he was. They were already going to lose the game.
Do you want me to tell you every?
They dogged him. I mean, any time that has been clutch for your boy Jason Tatum has not been clutch. NBA.
I am a big Tatum hater, but I do.
Would you?
There's a slight side of me that loves Tatum.
If you had to pick
Tatum
to build it, that's great. To build a team, you would pick Tatum.
No question about
insane. That's insane.
No question
It's
about
insane
it.
to me. Insane to me.
No question about it. I would argue. Well, actually, I think they're pretty even. I was gonna say I would argue Knicks have a better roster, but I actually don't think they do. I think it's pretty even. Having Cat, Bridges, Hart, they both got kind of even rosters.
Wait, are we talking the Celtics right now? Have even rosters to the Knicks?
I think so. I don't think the Celtics bench is that great, honestly. I think the Knicks bench is really good.
Who's better? Let me ask you a question.
Cat, I put Cat above Jaylen Brown.
Would you put Josh Hart above Jaylen Brown?
No. But I would put him
You're not putting Cat
slightly
over
below.
That's great.
Wait.
I disagree.
Just because Josh Hart's a great defender.
He's a great defender. He's good for a double-double,
I'm just trying to
triple-double.
compare when it comes to like what has Tatum done with his roster.
Dude,
compared to what
Tatum's
Brunson can
roster,
do.
in my opinion, I think they have the best roster in the NBA.
Yeah, I
And
mean it's definitely them and the
And
Knicks.
it's not,
have
I
the
don't.
best
I wouldn't
roster.
even compare the Knicks to it. Like
I would.
Jalen, it's Jalen Brunson.
I think the
Cat's,
bench goes
Cat's
deeper.
solid. Okay.
When I see Luke Cornett starting for the Celtics,
I mean,
that's
yeah, that's true. That's
so
true.
here's all the players I would put above Jalen Brunson.
Okay,
Jokic,
that's fine.
Shea,
That's fine.
Giannis,
Yep.
Luka,
Yep.
Curry, maybe. Curry's on the decline, but I'd still put Curry. I know, you cannot put Curry.
You can't put Curry, dude.
I think you can.
Don't get me wrong, Curry's a top.
I know people are gonna hate
right
this.
this second.
I know people are
I'm
gonna hate
talking about like right this second, dude. Like if you had to build, like I'm not taking Curry over
Well, yeah,
Jalen
'cause
Brunson.
he's older, but I still
That's
take.
my whole point, though.
You're talking Game 7.
I'm talking
who do I want
right now, Game 7. Who are we starting?
Curry.
That's
Curry.
insane.
No question about it. Give me Curry.
How?
He's the greatest shooter of all time.
Okay. All right, keep going.
He's still when Curry.
All right, there's your 5. Keep going. You got barely 10.
People are gonna hate this. Anthony Edwards is better than Jalen Brunson.
I won't argue that.
I think
I don't mind. You want to know something?
Anthony-
I don't mind that.
listen. I
you
think
want to
it's
talk
close.
about a team without a great roster that he's putting?
It's Timberwolves.
He's carrying that team.
100%. Anthony Edwards is the closest thing to Jordan
I
that
don't
we
mind
have
that.
seen.
I don't mind
listen,
that.
I don't like comparing players to Jordan or LeBron. Anthony Edwards Anthony Edwards is the closest thing we've seen to Michael Jordan.
That's fair.
His defense
I'm-
is top notch.
I'm never going to argue that because I love. That's why my pick is Minnesota because I would love to see him win.
You know what? You never see out of Anthony Edwards. I mean, you do here and there. You'll never hear Anthony Edwards complain much
No, he'll talk
in terms
smack.
of like,
though.
oh yeah, that's
That's what I like about
But
him.
you'll never see him sitting there like Brunson
Agreed.
every 5 seconds complaining because he didn't get a call.
It's part of he's passionate. Everybody does it.
You-
Who is your GOAT? Let me ask you a question,
That's-
Dante.
listen,
LeBron freaking James, dude. And guess who cries every play?
I have
LeBron
that, I have
freaking
that
James.
written in the community questions too. Is
That's fair.
LeBron? So I'll wait on that.
Okay. wait.
You know who I'd put above Jalen Brunson, and you're gonna hate this. You're gonna hate this, and I think everybody would hate this. But I think game in the line, I'd take this guy over Brunson.
Can I guess?
Yeah.
James Harden? No?
No.
Okay. All right.
In his prime, yeah, 100%.
Well, yeah, obviously.
No.
Russ?
No.
I'm just guessing. I'm
No,
sorry.
it is a guard though
It's a guard.
in the East.
Obviously not in the playoffs anymore.
Not anymore.
Kyrie Irving?
No, but is on the same team that drafted Kyrie Irving.
Not Darius Garland?
No, close. Donovan Mitchell.
Ooh, that's okay.
I think it's
I
very-
don't like it. I definitely
know.
don't like that
Listen,
take.
I get it.
But I get where you're coming from.
I think Donovan Mitchell's very good. Listen, I think,
Oh, yeah, I do
think
too.
that LeBron
I just think Jalen
and
Brunson,
Tatum,
dude. He's
all
on
the people I'd put above Brunson.
He's
And
on
then
another
healthy
level right
Embiid,
now. I'm just saying.
Healthy Embiid, healthy Anthony Davis, got above. I argued a couple weeks ago. I think Cade Cunningham is going to surpass Jalen Brunson very soon, if he hasn't already. Cade Cunningham.
What has Cade Cunningham done? Won a couple regular season games.
He's young.
He had one
very
good.
young.
So is Jalen Brunson, dude. Jalen Brunson drafted 18-19, same year as Luka. Same team.
Let me look.
Hey,
Let
listen,
me see what his
you
age.
wanna know
He's
what,
28. He's
Dante?
getting older.
Hey.
Did I ever tell you I met Jalen Brunson's grandma?
Yeah, and you probably ripped on her. You
Yeah, I probably did. Because with
Son
me,
sucks.
with me
No,
I
I'm
just
kidding.
like don't care to like.
I know. Listen,
I'm honest sometimes.
and that's fine.
I did
We're
not
gonna-
say that.
We're
I did
gonna
not say that.
we're gonna have to see. You
Yeah.
know, I'm telling you, I think Brunson is going to be. I might be putting him on a pedestal right now. I'll be completely honest. I think he's going to be a top 5 player when it comes to it. Like your decades, right? I was watching this video and it's like all decade player, right?
Yeah.
So like your 80s was Magic. Your 90s was Jordan, obviously. Your 2000s was Kobe. Your 2010s was LeBron James. Your 2020s, who's it going to be, right?
Yeah.
That's your question. Could be Ant, could be, probably Joker.
Yeah, probably
I'm
Joker,
saying
probably
Brunson
Joker.
might be. Nah, maybe not. He's going to be in the question. Just shut up. Let's just move on. I like Jalen Brunson. He's a beast.
All right, so let's move on from.
I'm sorry.
We'll come back a little bit to the NBA because I got some things I want to talk about with the NBA. Let's move on to the WNBA.
Yes.
Season kicked off last Friday.
Man, did
you
it.
had it's a interesting start. Way to start game 1, Chicago Sky versus the Indiana Fever.
You think they did that on purpose, by the way?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It's this is the best thing that ever could happen to the WNBA.
Oh yeah.
Or sorry, that's maybe I don't want that to come off wrong.
Right.
But like this rivalry between Caitlin Clark
I'm
and
all game for
Angel Reese is scripted perfectly for them because they can ride this into the sunset for years.
Right. They're both
as long
great
as
players.
the two are relevant and all-star caliber players.
Oh, they will be. Both of them will be.
They're going to milk this until
forever.
Forever. So
I wonder, can you pull up the attendance for that game? I'm curious. Dude, there must have been some bodies at that.
Let's see. Fever versus Sky. I'm sure that was sold out. There was.
I would have went to that game. Are you kidding me? That would have been sick.
Let's see. It was a blowout too.
Oh yeah, they
they
them.
smacked them.
93 to 50 or something.
Trying to see if I can find the attendance anywhere. I see some of the attendances from last year, but they were pulling in nearly 20,000 fans.
If that's the case, what would you guess? How many people were there? 30, probably 35,000 people.
Probably right around that 20.
You think it's still in the 20s? That's fair.
Probably.
I mean, that's still.
It is game 1. It is game 1 of the season, but things got chippy early.
Oh.
Chippy early. Game 1. Game 1. Things getting chippy. Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese already going at it.
What are your thoughts about that whole situation? Personally, I'm all for it on both sides.
100%.
Listen, I'm a competitor. I was an athlete at one point. I personally love to see that kind of stuff.
Of course.
The true grit on both sides. I love it.
100%. And you know what I didn't like? Oh man, I gotta watch what I say sometimes.
It's all right. Who cares?
Why did Caitlin Clark push her and then walk away? If you go stand on business, stand on business.
If you watch the clip, though,
away.
she didn't really push her.
I don't know.
She fouled her hard.
I think she did. I think she pushed her. She hacked at her and pushed her.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, I'm not. Listen,
if you're gonna stand on business, stand on business.
I'm not standing up to Angel Reese. She towers over me, dude.
Oh, yeah,
I'm just saying, she would stomp me.
Oh yeah, I mean we're short.
Yeah, we're little fellas. We are not basketball. I could almost touch the net. I could almost touch the net.
Almost.
Almost.
I don't know if how tall are you?
I don't know, like 5'8".
Oh, I'm like 5'7".
All right.
Yeah, depends on the day.
Yeah, fair.
But no, I listen. I've always been a really big Angel Reese supporter. And
I like them both.
I don't think there's enough support for Angel Reese. Listen, I know people like she talks about how she should get just as much like recognition compared to Caitlin Clark and what Caitlin Clark has done for women's basketball and the WNBA. I wouldn't necessarily agree, but I think she's right there because she's a part of that rivalry and what was built in college basketball. People hated what she did to get to Caitlin Clark in the national championship. I was one of those. I was one of those people that absolutely loved it. Yeah. If you're gonna give
part of the game,
if you're gonna give that smoke like Caitlin Clark did the game before,
right?
You can't be mad when the roles get reversed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I loved it. I loved it. Bring that. I think we're starting to see more attitude brought back in basketball.
I love it.
And I love that it's supposed to be. You know what's so funny is I watched a podcast with Kelsey Plum. This was probably like last year. I think it was the Matt Barnes, Steven Jackson podcast.
Okay.
And Kelsey Plum.
I forgot they had a podcast. Yeah. I haven't seen that forever. My
Kelsey
goodness.
Plum was talking about how the WNBA is like the most toxic on-court environment because they're so personal. And I love that.
So personal.
So
and you can tell.
Yeah.
You can really tell. Where like sometimes it gets like that in the NBA, but not to the like I was watching that game and I'm like, damn, they're getting into it. The crowd's getting fired up. Dude, it's electrifying.
There's a really good clip. You have to watch it. It's where Kelsey Plum is breaking down. She's like, yeah, these girls are evil. She was like, Diana Taurasi, you do not want to get on the bad side because she will destroy you mentally.
That's funny.
And just take it. I love it. I love that there are these rivalries building. I mean, you have like the rivalry now team-wise, Sky Fever, and And you also have Aces Liberty because
Yep.
now they're trading championships.
Yep.
And, listen, I love it. Last year we saw a little bit of rivalry with Kennedy Carter, Caitlin Clark, because they started kind of on
Yep.
court
Encore
tussling.
beef. Yep.
And so, oh, man.
It's just going to keep bringing people in because once there's something to talk about, I mean, it's inevitable, right? Once there's something to talk about, especially at that level, it's just going to draw more people in. Like, I'll be completely honest. I hadn't watched any games until this year. When I found out that they were playing each other, first game, Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark, I was like, I can't miss it. You know what I mean? Yep. So no, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun to see how it pans out. In terms of like card market, I mean, Caitlin Clark has broken some crazy records.
Just what I was about to bring up.
Almost $250,000 card just sold a couple weeks ago.
Yep, we literally just pulled last week. It was like our first time ripping WNBA in months.
Right.
Boom, first box, Caitlin Clark, black and gold to 5.
Jesus.
On her true auto.
Prism.
Select.
Select
black. I was like, what are the odds of this? This is first box in forever. Boom, that might be a $15,000, $20,000 card.
Damn.
Her market is unbelievable, and it's so awesome to see that now. One, there's just another sport you can invest in, but two, just the market in the WNBA and how people are gravitating towards collecting WNBA cards. It's crazy.
Well, it's like another thing like that I'm starting to realize, like we had talked about a couple pods ago about buying like Bowman new prospects, right? So like Cooper Flag, I was saying you got to stay away from. One thing I never really noticed though, I think Caitlin Clark really brought it on, but I was curious to see how it was going to transition into another WNBA class. This upcoming year, right? Dude, Paige Beckers.
Look at her sapphire selection.
I wouldn't say the same hype, obviously, as what Caitlin Clark had, but everybody knows who she is, even if you don't watch the WNBA, even if you didn't watch women's college basketball.
Look at her. It's so funny because I kept looking at it around the national championship time. Look at what her sapphire selections auto out of, I think it's last year's Bowman U Sapphire, what it sold for last year, what it sold for after the national championship. It went crazy.
3, 4, 5x probably. I bet.
Oh yeah.
That's sick.
And then now she's in the WNBA. She'll get new cards soon once.
Has she played yet?
Drops.
Has she played again?
She put up like 10.6 rebounds. And it was like 4 assists the other day. They lost to Minnesota, but still played well. Her and Arike Gumbawale. I think they're going to be a great tandem in Dallas. It's crazy because Dallas getting the 2 number 1 overall picks.
Yeah.
Hasn't happened in NBA, WNBA since LeBron was drafted. And the Cleveland Rockers, which I didn't even know was a WNBA team in the 2003, 2004, had the number 1 overall pick as well.
Nice.
So it's been a while. But yeah, Caitlin Clark, 3rd most purchased basketball player of the last 30 days behind Victor Wembanyama and Michael Jordan.
That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Great.
That's great company.
No, it is.
Great company.
It's huge.
Company to be with them.
It's going to be huge for women. And I, it's funny. So I was on my walk. My father, I walk my dog. I usually take him for like 2 or 3 mile walk.
Yeah.
And I like to call my family members at that time, just to shoot the crap. And I called my dad, and he's not a sport card collector. He's a sports fan, but not a sport card collector. And he's like, "Dude, have you ever thought about breaking WNBA product?" I was like, "We're already on it, Dad."
Yeah.
But he's like, "Have you ever thought about doing women's hockey?" So that might be on the up and coming. There's a pro league, and there's like 4 or 5. He's like, I can't even. Oh, he's a Bruins fan, so they're terrible this year. So he's like, I can't even watch it. Watching Brad Marchand win with the Florida Panthers.
I know, scored a big goal the other day,
I know he did. Screw that guy. But he was like, I've been watching it, and it's so fascinating. Like, they get huge crowds too. So I'm curious to see if they're ever going to produce cards like that.
Well, it's perfect you bring that up because a little later on, but I can talk about it now, is last week we got to rip Topps Royalty Tennis. And some of the biggest chases are the female tennis players. Arina Sabalenka, Iga Swiatek, Mira Andreeva. You have like a Jessica Pegula.
Shout out Pegulas.
Like, they sell extremely well.
Oh, yeah. Huge market.
Extremely well. That was a great product to rip, by the way.
It looks sick. Well, wait, is it basically, because I didn't get to rip any
of it.
UFC. It's like the UFC.
It's
Dude,
literally
the boxes are so cool.
I took like 20 home.
Did you?
They're the coolest boxes.
They're like little cigar.
They're like little jewelry boxes.
Yeah, jewelry boxes.
I literally gave one to my mom, one to my sister.
That's too funny.
Because we just throw them out.
Right.
Spoiler, we just throw them out. So I literally took so many home, and I'm using them for different things. Just because they're great, like very nice box. But yeah, it's very similar to to the UFC version.
Nice.
And I think, like, when I see product like that, I'm like, man, NBA and NFL could really work on the top side.
Yeah.
Because I think product like this is great.
Yeah.
Cosmic Chrome in their hand, like stuff like that. I'm like,
Not
so
a huge fan.
product like that,
The more higher end
gets
product.
me really excited. The release date for the basketball royalty is so confusing. I've been trying to figure out when they're releasing it, but it's supposed to be coming out sooner or later with Wemby's rookie class still.
Okay.
So I'm
Man,
excited
they're still
for that.
releasing Wemby's
my-
rookies
dude, they're
class.
milking it like you wouldn't believe.
That's
I will
crazy.
say the new Topps Chrome class is coming out very shortly.
Is it cool?
Very shortly with Steph Curry on the cover. He signs, then like it'll be all the new guys. But yeah, the Topps Royalty gets me excited for what they're gonna be firing out when they get their licensing in 2026. So let's move on. Let's stick with a little bit of the NBA talk. I want to talk about something because we talked a little bit about Kevin Durant in a conversation with Jalen Brunson.
We were just talking about him.
He might be somebody that gets moved this offseason. And there's a bunch of different teams. I can't remember if we talked about this last week. I think we talked more about like Giannis possibly getting moved. But I think just saying, as a very biased Sixers fan, why not send Kevin Durant to Philadelphia? Boom. There's already been talks this week. Listen, this isn't out of thin air. There was talks this week about possibly getting Kevin Durant to Philly for the 3rd overall pick of Paul George. Listen, makes us contenders. Makes Philadelphia 76ers contenders in the East with Tatum out.
What, man? Let me ask you a question. If you were to compare Kevin Durant, because you're an interesting piece here. You want to know why? Because you're a Sixers fan and you're a Vikings fan. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you a quick question.
JJs.
If you had to compare Kevin Durant to an NFL player, who would you compare him to? Because there's one name that pops to mind when I think of Kevin Durant.
Lamar Jackson.
I was going to say Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
from the trajectory of his career,
that's a pretty
right?
good comp. That's a pretty good comp.
He had everything going in Golden
all right,
State.
you're right.
In OKC, right? Then he gets a little too big for his britches. He gets all excited. He wants all the money. Everybody focus on me. He goes to Brooklyn.
Yep.
That doesn't go very well. He says, "You want to know something? I'm gonna be the big 3 over in Suns territory." That didn't go very well.
Yep.
So now what you're saying?
Send him to Philly.
Is that you want him to be the face of your franchise?
No, what's crazy? He wouldn't even be the top 2 option.
Oh, tell him that. Go ahead and tell Kevin Durant that, because I'm sure that he'll handle that very well.
The thing is he wasn't even the top option in Phoenix.
And how did that work out, Dante?
It didn't work out.
That's my whole point. As a Sixers fan, what are you trading away for Kevin Durant?
The good thing is not much. That's the difference between all the Kevin Durant trades. Is in every trade they had to give up key players. Sixers wouldn't have to do that. Listen, Paul George is trading. That's nothing because that's just a swap.
I'll get it.
KD's better than Paul George. When he was traded to, or technically he signed in New York, but then they had to trade pieces to get like a James Harden. They lost everybody. Kevin Durant got traded to Phoenix for Mikal Bridges, Cameron Johnson, and then they lost picks because there was a ton of different things.
I still would have rather had looking back at it, I wouldn't have traded.
Would have rather had Mikal Bridges and Cam Johnson. But with Philly, easy swap. 3rd overall pick, Kelly Oubre, Paul George, boom, you send him to Phoenix. He's up. That's all it's going to take, too.
Is it crazy to say I'd rather have the 3rd pick than Kevin Durant?
For the future, yeah, but I think if you want to win now and you want to go after the championship with Embiid with a wide open East next year.
Do you really think? Because I understand.
Wide open.
Dude, talent, 100%. You're so right. They'd be so talented as a team. They do. Joel Embiid and Kevin Durant can't play together.
I disagree. What's great, too, is Kevin Durant has always been one of the biggest supporters of Joel Embiid.
I'm sure he
One
has.
of the biggest supporters
But
of Joel Embiid.
it's very easy to do when you're on the sideline and not looking.
I think it can work. Let Kevin Durant shoot a little bit. Joel Embiid can just post. I think you're going to see a lot.
I personally would not want to have Kevin
Embiid's-
Durant on my team.
Listen, I'm one of the biggest Kevin Durant haters, but I've always wanted him Philly, which is so hypocritical of me, just because I think he really would fit in that system. Because you would have Maxey at the 1, McCain at the 2. You'd put you could probably go. Well, it depends if you trade
Probably
Kelly
KD
Oubre.
at the 3.
KD at the 3, Embiid at the 5. You can mix some guys in at the 4, 4-3. I think it'd be a perfect fit for Philly.
I don't know. It's risky. I understand you're right. It is wide open.
The big thing is too, and this is a big thing. This is huge when it comes to this. Is getting rid of Paul George's contract.
Yeah.
That's KD doesn't have as long. I think he's got a more flexible contract compared to Paul George. They just signed him for 4 years. He has a lot more of a flexible contract where you can move things around and you can finish off.
Who's your projected draft pick right now?
Ace Bailey, which I am all for. Listen, I am telling you, I am okay with literally any route the Sixers go.
Well,
as long as they don't draft VJ.
That's my point. Is like, would you rather have Ace Bailey or like right now?
I think Ace Bailey's the next Kevin Durant.
That's what I'm saying, dude. So why get rid of the third
I'm so
pick?
stuck. I don't know.
Why do you want Kevin Durant so bad? Like it's not,
win
dude.
now
It's
so
not
bad.
2016.
I'm sick of
you can win now with him.
I'm so sick of losing.
I understand, dude.
I'm so sick of losing.
I get it.
I'm so sick of getting in the playoffs and not winning, dude.
I get it.
I'm so sick of it.
I know.
I just need something. I need a little hope.
A little hope.
I'm sick
that would give you hope, though, dude. You could win with that. You could win with that team, especially with Jason Tatum now out. And like they're not going to be able. I think a lot of people are going to be moving off the Celtics.
Yeah,
like Kristaps probably not going to be back, right?
He's going to get traded. When you needed him to show up the most, he did not show up this playoffs.
I think one of the two big boys,
I think Jaylen Brown might get traded.
White or Brown, because their contracts are so big.
White gets traded too, dude. Damn. I've been seeing him in the Warriors a lot in these past couple of days.
That'd be sick.
I don't know. The question is, do they try to compete next year, or do they say, hey, lost cause, we're not going to have Tatum probably for most of the year, if not all the year, and say, hey, let's do the Philly route and go get a top pick. It's a pretty good class next year too. It's gonna be a pretty good class. So I don't know. I think they got a roster to compete, but I don't think they're anything more than like a 7-8 seed.
Yeah.
So kind of sticking on KD because when it comes to KD's market, and I have some of his rookie cards too.
I pulled his down.
Crazy.
I have his Nets downtown.
Oh, really?
So it's like an $800 card, but I think it's dropping.
I don't know why his market isn't that great.
I would hold because of the persona in the whole thing. I think he just kind of fell off. Let's be honest, he's not what he used to be.
But he's still like an all-star starter. That's the thing.
He is.
And the thing is, he's going to go down as one of the greatest players of all
He
time.
will. He will.
He'll go down as a top 3 player of our generation.
And I agree 100%.
Him, I guess it depends when your generation starts. Him, LeBron, and Curry are going to go down as 3 of like the best of us growing up.
Yep.
Why isn't his market that great?
Yeah, I don't know.
I think he also came out in a weird year for product.
He did. What was he? He was 07, 08 back in tops. Yeah. Not a lot of his cards are out there, his rookie stuff. And you got to think Seattle is the Seattle Sonics.
Does that
they
hurt
transitioned into OKC. I don't think it helps it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And him moving around a lot probably doesn't help either.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he doesn't have like when you think of Kevin Durant, what team do you think of the most? 2 teams.
Thunder.
OKC and Golden State, right?
Yeah.
That's really your mainly OKC though.
Oh,
like especially his rookie stuff.
Yep.
So it's like it's the same thing with Russell Westbrook. Like I think his market is not anything crazy either, and they went together, you know?
Yeah. Do you see him a lot in repack? Probably not, right?
No, not at all. There aren't a lot of his cards out there that are worth it, like you said.
Well, 'cause he doesn't sign a lot.
He doesn't.
Panini.
No.
We did pull his 101 auto out of Prism this year, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, does he even sign?
That's all he signed was Prismatrix autos.
Huh.
That was it in Prism. He signed with the Nets in iMac, but I'm pretty sure it was an update series card, whereas from years
Like
ago.
22.
So he doesn't sign high-end product much. He didn't sign in Flawless this year, if I'm not mistaken. I don't believe he signed in National Treasure.
So you'd think
There's
he'd be
an update.
really, really expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
When-
I don't know. That's it.
He just has a fascinating market where I don't know why it's
that
great.
Well, I know I just picked on him a lot. Do you think that might be a reason to start buying him up?
I was just about to ask. I think so.
Like, take for example. So, do you think he gets moved this offseason from the Suns?
I think I have no question. Yeah.
What if he goes somewhere and kind of revamps his career, goes and wins a ship?
If he can average 25 plus, yeah. Like, and the thing is if all you got to do is listen, if his market's low right now, buy it. Sit on it for.
I would buy him now if you think he's going to get moved this offseason.
Sit on it for 8 years. Buy a large chunk. When he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame, it's only going to go up.
I agree with that.
That's when people are going to be like, okay, where's KD's market at right now?
Yep.
Let me buy. But no, yeah, it's just you're not going after a lot with his rookie class. It's all his tops cards.
Yeah, they're dude. I will
I
say
have a few of his tops rookies.
that was one of the black border for the.
I have
it's
the white
tops.
ones.
The white border.
I have the white.
So
ones.
I think that's tops chrome, right?
It could be.
I can't remember.
I have the
that
white
was one of
border
like
ones.
I remember collecting that set specifically for football. That was always a good one. But
So moving on to another guy that could be traded. We talked about Giannis last week, so
Yep.
I just want to touch on him quickly.
Yep.
Do you think his market will go up if he goes to a bigger
I
market?
do. Yes.
Do you think, like, depending on the market, like, let's just, because he's in Milwaukee right now, obviously. If he went to, do you think, let's just say he went to New York. Let's just say he went to the New York Knicks.
Oh my God.
Would his market be exponentially more
Yes.
than if he went to Orlando
Yes.
right away?
Orlando. Man, I like Orlando too. Like I think they could make a run.
I think so too.
I do.
Okay.
Yes. I think if he goes to the Knicks, I think it's going to take a little bit of a jump. The thing is like people are going to be collecting off the hype. I don't know if it's as much. It'd be like if Zion really went anywhere, no matter what, his market's going to boom. So you're asking me, is it going to exponentially be more,
If he
assuming
goes
that
to
it's going
a
to grow
big
no matter what?
market.
Yeah, I do. I do. Just more collectors, bigger market to a more impressive team right now,
Yeah.
especially. Yes, I do.
Okay.
You agree with me? What do you think?
Yeah, I would definitely say so.
Yeah.
And then my next question would be like, how much will a big market affect his prices despite his rookie cards being in a small market? So do you think like his jump? I'm just trying to wonder,
understand.
Like, would it hurt?
No, I don't think so. I know that kind of contradicts everything I said about KD.
Yeah.
But his rookie year, like you had said,
He's also got better rookie cards.
and it's a better prism.
Yep.
It's that prism's iconic.
Yep, and there's more high end product that year.
12, 13 or 13, 14. Can you find that out for me?
Giannis rookie year.
I want to say it's
13, 14.
13,
was
14.
his rookie year.
So yeah, it was an iconic. I mean, it's just an iconic card.
Yeah.
And I know Kevin Durant's is 2 for tops, but it's just the team's not even in the league anymore. You know what I mean? They ended up transitioning into OKC. You know, if Kevin Durant would have had rookie cards in OKC, I think it definitely could have been a different story.
Yep.
But because it's in the Seattle Sonics, I keep saying Sounders, Seattle Sonics.
Soccer.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be fine.
Okay.
You know, what do you think?
No, I agree. I think, the more I think about it, the more interesting I think with market when it comes to like a KD. Thinking about it, like that team's not around anymore.
Right.
Like, does that make it even more special? I didn't think so at first,
Right.
but then I'm like,
That's why, like,
Maybe
I
it
feel like Kevin
does.
Durant, I know I just ripped on him, like that he's not the guy he is now that he used to be. I still buy him, dude.
yeah.
I think he's a great buy. Dude. He's so cheap. We just talked about it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
and
insane.
you don't have to worry about the question of, is he going to have a career? Like, if
It's-
I'm buying a Men Thompson
It's
rookie,
locked. Right.
I could be like, okay, he's had a good couple years, but is he going to be on that trajectory? You're like, KD already made it.
Right.
He ain't got nothing to prove.
Right. No,
Could
I
he-
agree.
I mean, other than winning on his own.
Real quick, I just want to bring something up to you. While we're kind of on this topic, it's not basketball related, it's baseball related.
Okay.
We had 2 players get reinstated to be active in the Hall of Fame in
Yep.
Pete Rose and Shoeless Joe Jackson. Can I
Market
just
up.
Dude, it's got to be through the
Yep,
roof
it
right
is.
now, which it should be. It sucks.
Yeah.
You want to know something? I don't care. You guys can backlash me all you want. Both of them should have been able to be in the Hall of Fame anyways.
Yep.
I mean, Shoeless Joe Jackson, one thing, back in the 1910s, did he rig the game? Maybe, probably. Yes, he did. Whatever. Pete Rose, though, he was betting on himself.
Exactly.
He wasn't betting against himself.
And aren't you like as fans
So ridiculous.
and as the league, aren't you always not literally, but aren't you always asking the player to bet on themselves?
Yeah.
Like, not literally.
Like, you're
bet,
rooting
not
for 'em,
literally
dude.
go to the casino and bet on themselves. But like that players bet on themselves is like the ultimate. Aaron
Right.
Judge bet on himself and came back and ended up signing a $380 million contract
Agreed.
when it would have been a $200 million contract.
Yep.
It's all about betting on yourself. It's
Right.
only going to make you better.
Right.
Like, it's not like that's gonna hurt. I don't know. Listen, I get it. But I think
I do
I think
too.
it went on way too long.
And it sucks.
It's about the integrity of the game.
It sucks
about
that
the
we
integrity.
had like he had to pass in order for that to happen.
know.
Like,
And
I'm curious to see what happens now with like Barry Bonds and Mark McGwire and Sammy Sosa.
I think Barry Bonds makes it eventually.
You do? Do
Eventually.
you think he's a good buy? Is that
Barry
crazy to say?
Bonds, yeah, I'd buy Barry Bonds
I think he's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
I've never looked.
he
I don't think
does
I've
it.
ever looked at Barry Bonds's.
for the fact that he's not a Hall of Famer yet. Yeah, his market's higher than maybe where you expect it, but
Yeah,
I don't know. It's interesting. You don't see a lot of Barry Bonds cards.
yeah,
You do, but you really don't.
yeah.
It's funny.
He
'cause
doesn't have a. I feel like that era, like where he was playing.
I have his rookie cards.
I do too.
I have a
I'm a
so
Pirates fan,
my
obviously.
my grandpa has a set of that whole entire rookie class, and I found Barry Bonds the other day
That's sick.
and his rookie card. It's nothing. I mean, it's a decent hit. There's one that does sell for a ton of
Yeah.
money. The one I have doesn't. It's like
Dang.
the original. I don't know. It's literally like the most base variation of all variations.
Really?
It's just a part of like that complete set you get.
Yeah. They have like the
Um,
Fleer.
Yeah,
They had a Fleer.
I forget which
upper-
one he is, or the one that I
yeah.
have.
I don't know. It's probably that.
So then I do want to ask you because I really spent the weekend looking at who to invest in while we're getting into the NBA offseason and
Yep.
coming up on the NFL season coming up soon in a couple months.
I'm
We're
so
They're
excited.
in OTAs. We're gonna get into
Brock Purdy, $265 million man.
crazy.
Well earned, well deserved, Dante.
Listen, we argued this last week,
We did.
or maybe 2 weeks ago. I don't know. Brock Purdy did not deserve that contract. I don't think he deserved it at all.
NFC.
That's way too much
NFC champ.
money.
I don't know.
Yeah, they're already paying half the roster crazy money. That's why they lost everybody this offseason. They
That's
can't pay anybody.
Yeah, but
I
like
don't know where
some
this
of the
money comes
some
from.
of the players, like who, like
They just
who?
signed with Alexander to an extension too.
I know, I saw that.
Where are they
Oh,
getting
Fred
this
Warner.
money?
Fred Warner.
Yeah,
Fred Warner got
sorry.
paid.
Paid. You got Kittle on a big contract. McCaffrey, Purdy, Trent Williams. You got oh my goodness.
Warner, yep.
Or not Debo.
Ayuk.
Ayuk on a big contract.
Yeah.
Oh my god, they screwed. I don't know what they're gonna do. They really didn't add anybody this offseason. Nobody major. You do got Ricky Pearsall gonna come into his own. He'll be the wide
I
receiver
hope.
too. Yeah, you hope.
They hope, you
Yeah.
know. Yeah, no, I get it. I understand.
So I was gonna ask about. I
Yeah.
really want to invest in Brandon Miller. I'm ready to put a lot of money into Brandon Miller. My only question, I want to get your take on this. How is it worth buying his Topps rookie since we're about to go into the licensing, or is it still worth it to buy his rookie Panini cards? Do you think that even though despite not having the licensing, once they get the licensing, Topps rookie cards are going to be the ones sought after, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I'm not an autograph fanatic.
Yeah. Oh, I totally get
I'm
it.
a color fanatic
Yep.
for like my favorite product is Prism every year.
Yep.
So I would still say no. I would still go
Okay.
with the Panini.
Good. 'Cause
the
that's what I'm
license.
thinking.
But
But then it was like in the back of my head, should I throw into Topps? And
Yeah.
every time I'm like,
it's,
maybe,
it's
but
not a bad. I mean,
no.
what's his market like in regards
It's
to
low,
Topps?
dude.
Then it's worth a
they're
shot.
both low.
You know, if you can grab him for dirt cheap in the auto market for his first autographs,
Uh-huh.
something to put away for a rainy day,
Yep.
I would heavily invest. In my opinion, where I would go would be his Prism. It's a
Yeah,
sick.
yeah,
It's a sick
oh.
card to him.
Yeah.
Like that. But no. Kind of off topic, same topic. What we were just talking about. Isn't it funny how like nowadays, I don't think having be a low market team has really any effect on a player's market nowadays. Brandon Miller, prime example.
Yep.
How about what's his name? Jaden Daniels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I
Washington.
mean, my goodness, we're in Washington. I think that might be the worst market.
Yep.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's kind of cool to see. I think the hobby's just exploded, and I don't think the market of teams are really going
I
to
agree.
make as much of a difference as what
look
people
at Ant. Minnesota's not a big market.
Yeah. Oh, dude,
It's a
his
decent
cards,
size market, but it's not
no,
big.
his cards are nuts.
Like Jokic is getting a
Jokic.
good market, and
SGA?
SGA is an okay.
Jeez. And his rookie cards are in Clippers.
Yeah.
Like, it's even worse.
Yep.
It's like being a Chargers fan from LA.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I've been looking at a lot of Brandon Miller. He's got low end, dude. National Treasure, true gold logo,
patch.
a true patch to 10. How much would you think it is?
5K.
O'Connor, 700.
Really?
True.
What is what?
Two spots down, 750.
What is Wemby's of that?
I can tell you, it's about 30K because we hit it. I
30?
don't think I'm gonna be able to find the sale
30 bands.
because it was done private. But our buyer did tell us. Let me
Was
see if I
that-
can find it.
Was that when he was still playing?
Yep.
That was going to be my topic, and I know this is boring. You want to know who my
It
buy
hasn't
is?
changed it much.
What?
It hasn't changed Wemby much. His market.
Well, you want to know what I've noticed? You know that I rip only repack.
Yep.
And I don't see as much in there because I don't think people are selling him.
No,
Because
no,
they
they're
know
not.
they know
They're-
for a fact that he's going to be fine.
Unless you want that quick flip, they are selling it. But no, long term big cars.
he hasn't
They're
changed.
not
His market
selling.
hasn't changed too
Dude,
much.
and I look at literally Wembenyamas. I just saw a gold patch. I'm looking through 130 pointer right now. Just your iMac nameplate patch W, which is actually a great one to have. 4,000 for a patch to 10.
Damn.
Victor Wembanyama's true patch to 10. I mean, not Victor Wembanyama. Brandon Miller's true patch to 10 out of National Treasure 700.
I love that buy. I love it.
And the thing is, LaMelo might get traded. Lonzo's on his podcast saying he wants his brother traded. He says he's out. He says he's going to LA Clippers.
I'm sure that's what he wants. I'm
if
sure
that's if that's
I
the
want,
case,
and I want a freaking rocket ship. You think they're gonna get? You really think if you're the Lakers, are you trading for him?
Oh no, Clippers.
Oh, the Clip. Okay, I'm sorry. That was a big difference.
No.
Big difference there.
I mean, listen, I don't think that's a bad bet either.
No, I don't mind that.
Him in LA?
Clippers is juicy. I don't know about Lakers.
I just think Brandon Miller's about to be the face of that team.
I love
if he's
it,
not
and,
already.
and I love that. I think that's a great buy. Brandon Miller's
Maybe
nice.
I'll wait till the season literally ends and nobody's talking NBA and then throw to Brandon Miller.
Yeah.
Because I gotta go to a couple of shows where like maybe I can talk to people down. They're like, "Oh, you're Dante." no, that might be too much. But no, dude, I want to invest in him. I would love to invest in him right now. That's who I'm looking. So if you listen to this, I probably shouldn't have talked about this. Don't go out and buy Brandon Miller.
Don't buy him.
He's mine.
Well, don't. If you're listening to me, don't go out and buy Giannis because I don't want him that much, and I don't think he's going to move to a really good team and win multiple championships.
You're right. Yeah.
Buy Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's my buy.
Buy No, I don't want to go bad advice. I was gonna say go buy some other Joe Schmo.
Go buy.
Leave Brandon Miller to me because I'm ready to go once this offseason starts.
Go buy some Kristaps. Go buy.
Go buy some Kristaps Porzingis.
Go buy. I don't know. Brooke Lopez. Shout out Brooke
Perfect.
Lopez.
He's about to get traded too.
Is he?
Yeah.
That guy's been in the league forever.
Lopez brothers. So I could go on now.
I love.
Lopez.
Who's your favorite big man that nobody talks about?
Marjanovic. Or is it Marjanovic? The one that's in the Goldfish commercials.
I haven't seen that. Marjanovic?
Boban Marjanovic.
Oh, Boban.
Tobias Harris, my friend.
He's like 7'10" or something.
Yeah, 7'4".
Is he only 7'4"?
I miss when he was a Sixer because him and Tobias got
He
traded.
played for the Sixers?
Yeah. He was
Dang.
in the Tobias Harris trade from the Clippers to the Sixers.
I didn't know that.
And they got traded from like 3 teams. I think they were in Detroit and then got traded to Detroit to Clippers and then Clippers to Sixers both together. So they were like best friends. That's why they're all in all the Goldfish
I
commercials.
didn't know that.
I love Boban.
Yeah, he's great.
He's so funny.
I'm going to go with Steven Adams, dude.
Oh, Steven Adams.
I freaking love Steven Adams.
Steven Adams is a funny dude.
Whipping it full court.
Good. He also just looks like
The
Aquaman.
handsome fella. Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a couple other things to talk about.
Yep.
Topps announcing in Topps Dynasty that they're gonna have sponsor patch auto cards. Sponsors on the baseball jerseys straight onto the card. What are your thoughts on that? I think we've been seeing a lot in Panini already.
I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I don't mind it. So in Dynasty, they've been doing like the NFLPA patches, all that. MLB, excuse me. I don't mind it. I think they're really cool. I've always liked it.
Yeah.
Like they did it for the racing with the zippers and all these different types of brands and
Yeah.
deals. I don't know. What do you think?
No, I love in Collegiate National Treasure all the Chick-fil-A patches.
Oh, you know what? I'm
I
sorry.
think those are really cool.
You want to know what I was thinking? They were doing the what are the international baseball games that they were doing?
The WBC.
Yes.
Yeah,
They were doing
WBC
those
patches are
patches
cool.
out of Topps Dynasty.
Yep.
And they were selling like crazy.
Yep.
So I'm sure these sponsor patches
WBC's
are
coming up
gonna
next
do
year
the same
too.
thing.
That's gonna be exciting.
Are they're all going to be game worn too, right?
Yes.
I would assume.
Yes.
That's going to be sick.
Yep.
I'm cool with the sponsors.
I really wish they dropped Topps Dynasty for basketball. I don't know why they haven't.
Well, you were here. You were here last year. Do you remember when they put Wemby in the product?
Yep.
So sick.
Why not do that with this class?
Yeah, it'd be a good one.
Because Curry signs, Wemby signs.
It'd be a good one. LeBron, dude.
Durant, Tatum, Brandon Miller,
And Dynasty
Scoot,
are just clean ass
Gady.
cards.
They
They're
really are.
so clean.
And maybe that's what they're trying to do with royalty, and that's
Yeah.
trying to be like their highest of high end. But you need one.
And I like
card.
royalty, but
Yep. You need one massive. You
Right.
need your
Big chase.
national treasure
right.
of Tops to end
Or-
out the Wemby.
Or
with a
even
bang.
like your Panini One, something similar
Yeah.
like Panini One, what they did.
Yep.
Only even more higher end.
So they tried to do that with
1 and what is it? 3 and 2? 2 and 2, 3 and 2?
Tops 3.
Tops 3?
They tried to do that, and it
Flop.
was all right. I thought there were some solid cards,
Yeah.
but that was their attempt to that. I need high end.
Yeah,
I want
same.
I want the Topps Dynasty. End off the WNBA year, right? And let's get some. Listen, make it a short case run. Only 10 and lower. I don't know. Whatever they want to do. Give me some banging cars to end the year.
I love that.
And then transition into the new Topps licensing.
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I agree with you.
I think it'd be awesome. I think it'd be a perfect.
I think
way.
that would be a good transition.
Exactly.
Is that what you just said?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I think it'd be. Listen, line it up for the.
You want to know what that would
line
be?
up for August.
A good transition.
Just start.
Do you want to know what that would be really good for? A transition. Sorry, I'm just repeating myself.
No, it's okay.
Okay. On to the,
I didn't get it, guys. No,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. So sticking with Topps, Topps announced actually this week, so they are releasing exclusive F1 and baseball chase cards only available at Fanatics Fest. So basically the marketing. Go to the event, get these cards. Did you get to see them yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, they look pretty cool.
Oh,
They look
well,
pretty cool.
it's similar to what Panini has done at the or what the National does. The National VIP packs and all that kind of stuff. I love it. I'm totally cool with that.
I think it's really cool when you get like a card that's like exclusive to being at a certain
At your event, right? Yeah, I love it.
Cool. I love that. Like last year, it's a little different, but you saw like the Cactus Jack cards mainly be put out at Fanatics Fest last year, and those sold like hotcakes.
They still are.
I know.
Yeah.
Crazy product. I think they're working on the second one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Of the Cactus Jacks, but
They're so dope.
This is different, but it's sort of along the line of like
Exclusivity.
be there.
Yep.
If you want it, because
Did I say that word
you'll
right?
have
Exclusivity.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not no grammar whiz.
Me neither.
I'm not gonna correct you. The comments might, but
If I'm wrong, let me know down in the
no,
comments.
definitely. So let's transition to, as we wrap up this episode, we did have a couple community questions this week.
Yes.
I put up on my Instagram, got a couple responses. Somebody asked, and this is something I think talked about a lot, and we actually talked about this a couple weeks ago on a podcast when talking about Joe Burrow. Should the NFL MVP be based on team record or strictly based on player performance?
I think it should be a combination of both.
Yeah.
I really do. I really, really do. And I know that's crazy to say. I think Josh Allen earned it this last year. I really do. I understand Joe Burrow had a great season. But it's again,
tough.
You can argue. I think Joe Burrow is obviously I'm a Justin Herbert fan.
Yeah.
And I'll argue for Joe Burrow left and right. I think he's the best quarterback in that draft class, even as a Herbert. Don't say like 100%, okay?
Joe Burrow?
You know what I mean. Either way, I think Josh Allen still deserved it more. You could argue that a lot of quarterbacks in this league, not a lot, a few quarterbacks in this league could do what Joe Burrow was doing with the Bengals last year with players like Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Okay. Rebuttal. What are your thoughts on that question?
I get it.
You got to make the playoffs if you want an MVP.
I don't think Joe Burrow should have won MVP last year, but I think his stats would.
Oh yeah.
If you literally
sure.
If you
oh my god, that's not even a question.
If you like took out the records are not a thing. Let's just pretend like you have no sight of what the records are.
100%.
Joe Burrow was MVP.
Oh, it's not even a debate at that point.
But like when you put the records in, it's tougher than it.
What does MVP stand for? Most valuable player. How valuable was that player if they could only win 9 games and not make the playoffs?
They really finished well too. They almost made it.
They did.
They shouldn't have blown the game to Denver, and they would have.
Right. And you want to know something? This is why I'm not as high on buying Joe Burrow this offseason. First off, he's very expensive.
Yeah, he's expensive.
It's not even that. What did the Bengals do to their defense to get any better?
Nothing. And they're about to lose Trey Hendrickson.
Right.
He's already got his way out.
That's my take.
No, I get it. I get it. It's so tough. Baseball.
And I love Joe Burrow. I love Joe Burrow. I really do.
I do too. Baseball is the only sport where it's player performance only. They don't care about record.
No, God,
no.
Mike Trout.
Mike Trout won it without even touching the playoff.
Right.
Oh, dude, how did we not even talk about this? I am so sorry. Subway Series this weekend was electric.
Oh my gosh.
Electric.
For Yankees fans, I'm sure.
Oh, it was electric. Even like that game 2 in the series where the Mets won in like the final inning.
Right.
That was even electric.
Yeah.
It was close. The game 3 of the series on Sunday night, you had that game go. I mean, it was tied in the 8th inning until the Yankees scored. I think it was 6 runs in the 8th. Cody Bellinger grand slam.
Juan Soto had a rough little run there for a couple of games.
Too bad. That's
hey,
too
he
bad.
got a bag. Who cares?
Yeah, he don't care.
Yeah, he don't care.
He wants to. He can go sit in the Queens.
Right.
But man, oh man.
You guys look good.
MVP locked up.
Yep. Aaron Judge. Hey, dude, it's
You
at
know
like
what's-
minus like
dude.
4,000 or something.
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
no, he locked it up.
We're 40
After
games
the
in.
first week, dude. It was oh man.
Well, you know what's
was tough.
funny is that same week, it was a Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
It was what's the word I'm looking for? It was a Pennsylvania rivalry. The Phillies and the freaking Pirates duking it
yeah.
out. We got swept.
Well, dude, it was rivalry week in baseball.
Was that what it was?
Yeah, it's rivalry week in baseball.
I can't watch baseball anymore.
Yep.
My Pirates
for
are.
the most part, all the rivals play against each other.
Well, Jared Jones is out for the season. Tommy John surgery. So
Yeah, I did see that.
we're screwed.
I did see that.
we're screwed. We need to trade. All I hear is, Paul Skeens going to get traded to the Yankees.
It's
I was
not-
like, he
it's-
probably freaking is,
Yeah,
okay?
it's not time though. You don't do it this season.
We should. I want to savor his career. Get him out. Get him out.
Dude,
Trade him to the Yankees.
You think his market is crazy now? If he were to go to New York, he would be the most expensive player in baseball.
Ever.
Yeah.
Screw the 52 mantle.
He
Get
would-
the Honus Wagner card out of here.
He would be on Shohei Ohtani level.
Yeah. 100%.
Oh boy, that dude. I mean, I already know. I trust me, dude.
If you went there like the Dodgers or something,
I've had my Polskeens Yankees jersey in the cart on the Fanatics website
hate
for like
you.
months.
I hate you.
I'm just gonna buy it one day and just like wait for the day he.
I hate you.
Yeah. Let's
hate
listen. It's gonna happen.
It's going to suck.
30's open for him whenever he
I
wants
need
it.
I need to get a new team, a new baseball
Be a
team.
Yankees
The
fan.
Chargers is one thing, but the Pirates are just until Nutting's gone, like we're done. Our owner. Jesus, this guy.
Okay.
This guy. Get a grip.
Yeah, you probably are all confused, but yeah, that'll do it for
Peace out.
this week's episode of Buying the Hobby. Make sure to subscribe to us on YouTube if you're not watching us there already. Go follow us on all podcast streaming platforms, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, wherever you stream your podcast. Like us on TikTok. We're blowing up on TikTok now. Just saying.
are.
We're up to like 600 followers. Go follow us on Instagram as well. Hopefully we'll be more contained next week. And yeah, we'll see you next time.